The biggest addition to NBA 2K24 My NBA is the new LeBron era. But what if there was a player to rival LeBron James in his own era? That's right, Michael Jordan is back. He's going to be playing on the Chicago Bulls in his prime alongside Prime D Rose. Also, there's guys like Carlos Boozer and Joakim Noah on the squad. Will they be able to rival the big three in Miami with Bron, D Wade, and Chris Bosh? Well, we'll have to see. At the end of season number 1, LeBron James is named the MVP of the league. They updated all the trophies because these are what the new look trophies look like in real life. I feel like the trophies look kind of trash, but it's a cool feature anyway. Dwight Howard won DPOY, and the Bulls, they went 72-10. Tom Thibodeau named the coach of the year. MJ on the All-NBA first team. Bron and D Wade make it as well. Michael Jordan with a really good season, not too surprising. He's Michael Jordan. Dwayne Wade had a good season, and so did LeBron James. And Derrick Rose also ended up making the All-NBA third team. A solid season for D Rose, as the Chicago Bulls won a ridiculous 72 games behind their dynamic backcourt with MJ and Derrick Rose. Now let me know how y'all feel about this new menu with the team records and stuff. I don't know, man. I'm not messing with the font too crazily, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. LeBron James led the Miami Heat in scoring. Chris Bosh was good. Dwayne Wade was also really good. As for the Chicago Bulls, of course, you had MJ and D Rose, but you also had guys like Boozer and Luol Deng providing Chicago with some scoring. The number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference is, of course, the Chicago Bulls, as they won 72 games, but the Miami Heat were close behind with 68 wins of their own. The Heat will be taking on the New Jersey Nets, and the Bulls will be taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Two pretty easy matchups, as both of these teams are the top seeds in the conference, and they'll move on to the second round. The Bulls are going to be taking on the Indiana Pacers. They're the last team in the way of a potential Miami and Boston matchup. Of course, Miami is going to have to get through the Celtics, and I think the Celtics are a little bit better than the Pacers, who the Bulls are going to be taking on. But ultimately, both teams get out of their respective series in 6 games, and we have the matchup we've all been waiting for. Already in season number 1, Bron and Jordan are going to be facing off. And in game number 1, the Chicago Bulls came to play. It's a 5-point win. D Wade and Bron were solid, but they just needed a little more from Bosh. Derrick Rose had 33 and 12, and Michael Jordan had 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, and the Bulls got the dub. In game number 2, it was more Chicago. They went ahead and got another win, winning by 16 points this time. LeBron James with 33 points, and overall, he's having a huge playoff run, but it isn't enough. D Wade doing his thing as well, but Michael Jordan is coming to play against a guy who he's been compared to for years now, and Derrick Rose is having a huge playoffs as well. The Bulls are 1 game away from a commanding 3-0 lead, and they're able to capture it in game 3. Chicago is a game away from the NBA Finals behind some monster performances from Derrick Rose and MJ, but this game it was all D Rose. Over 50 points in game 3. And now the Bulls are on the brink of making the finals. And in game 4, they do exactly that. Chicago gets the Heat out of here in a sweep. MJ, 40 points to close out the series. And now we have a Thunder versus Bulls matchup. The young Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Chicago Bulls. And it's going to be the Bulls winning in 6. MJ is your finals MVP. Already, Mike is having his impact be felt. And also, I noticed you can override the Finals MVP award, so that's something new in the game. Anyways, the season is wrapped, and now we're heading into a new year. The Chicago Bulls still look really good. They saw some offseason improvement from Luol Deng and Derrick Rose. And the Miami Heat, they still have Bron, Wade, and Bosh. The supporting cast just isn't as good in Miami as it is in Chicago. At the end of the season, Michael Jordan was named the MVP of the league for the Chicago Bulls. So Bron got one year 1 and MJ got one in year 2. But MJ, he also got that DPOY. And this year we had another team winning over 70 games, but it wasn't the Bulls or the Heat. It was the Oklahoma City Thunder, 71 wins. That young Thunder squad is gonna be an absolute problem. But we'll focus on the Heat and the Bulls for now. They'll probably have to take on the Thunder in the finals though if they make it. Now the Bulls, they won 71 games this year, while the Miami Heat won 55. 55 is good, but the Bulls were significantly better. And this year, it was more of MJ and Derrick Rose, but Luol Deng was also a really good third option. They were also getting some scoring from Carlos Boozer. This has really turned into a well-rounded team. For the Heat, it's really just Bron, Wade, and Bosh, so we'll see if that's enough to get them past the Chicago Bulls in what feels like an inevitable matchup in the conference finals. Round 1 is easy for Chicago and for Miami, and ultimately both teams make it to the conference finals. I probably should have slowed down this Wizards-Bulls series, but ultimately Chicago got out of there in 7, and we have another matchup between the Bulls and the Miami Heat. I'm excited for this one. Can the Heat play better in this one? Because last year it was embarrassing. Already they're doing better. They took a game in game number 1, and they're actually up 2-1 in the series. The series is all tied up at 2 apiece, so of course we've got to hop into the Simcast for game number 5. And we've got a close one. And if you notice, the scoreboard's actually different. I think this is like the 2K11 scoreboard, which is kind of tough. Anyway, Dwayne Wade has the basketball. D Wade at the top of the key gets the screen from Bosh. Wade over to Bosh. Bosh, that's a tough shot, but he gets it to go. And now the Bulls, they're down quite a bit here, down by 8. Derrick Rose passes it to Joakim Noah, and Noah answers with a dunk. So that's keeping this game within reach. The Bulls are within 6 here. Still 2 minutes to go. Plenty of time to try and chip away at this Miami Heat lead. But this Heat squad is great, so we'll see if they give up a lead. Some good defense in the post on Dwayne Wade there. Michael Jordan defending, and Wade is going to miss. Joakim Noah secures the board, and MJ is moving it in transition. Michael Jordan gives it to Derrick Rose, and Rose is trying to get to the basket with a smaller TJ Ward defending, and Rose misses it, gets his own rebound, smokes it again. Noah missed 2. Oh my goodness, they sold that. They had an easy opportunity there, absolutely blew it. LeBron James swings the ball to Dwayne Wade. Wade, the short pull-up jumper is good. Oh man, the Chicago Bulls had a chance there to make it a 4-point game, but now they're down 8. They desperately need a bucket. Joakim Noah is going to swing it out to Michael Jordan. MJ, yeah, that's a tough shot, and it's not going to drop for Mike. And this one is pretty much over. The Miami Heat are looking to get revenge on the Bulls for what happened last year. And in this game, Michael Jordan only 15 points. He took 11 shots in a big game. MJ just wasn't being aggressive there, and that led to a Bulls L. But can the Bulls respond with their season on the line and a finals trip on the line for the squad? Well, in game number 6, Chicago, with their season on the line, is down by 5. Derrick Rose fades away and misses. They're gonna need a stop here as Miami looks to be in control with a little bit over a minute 30 left. TJ Ward gets the screen from Udonis Haslem. I saw LeBron curling there, but they're going to give it to D Wade, who's also curling, and he misses the shot. Joakim Noah grabs the rebound. Now the ball is going to Derrick Rose for the Bulls. Rose down the lane, and he gets fouled. There you go. You stop the clock there, hit both free throws, and boom. The Chicago Bulls are within 3 points. Big play there by Derrick Rose, but what would be even better for the Chicago Bulls right now is a stop. There's some solid defense on LeBron James. Bron, tough hook shot is up and it's off. The Chicago Bulls are very much in this game. Derrick Rose gonna get the screen from Carlos Boozer, who goes to the basket, smokes the layup. The Bulls have been smoking so many layups in these hop-in games, and now the Miami Heat can make this a 2-possession game. TJ Ford gonna get the screen. Ford down the lane. Why is he taking the shot? Oh my goodness, he made it. Why did Miami have him take the shot? Oh, wow. LeBron James was on the basketball court, and wow, TJ Ford just took that shot. If the Bulls hit a 3 here, their season could stay alive, but yeah, it's not looking good here, down by 5. They give the ball into Luol Deng. Luol Deng with LeBron defending. Luol Deng for 3! Luol, what? Luol Deng just hit the 3. Yo, I don't know what's going on, but what a way to start off 2K24. And now the Miami Heat are going to go to the free throw line. TJ Ford sinks the first one. If he misses one here, this game could get absolutely crazy is he going to, though? He had that clutch bucket earlier, but he misses this one. The Chicago Bulls call timeout, and now they can send this one to overtime. Who are they going to go to? Luol again from the same spot. Oh, I was about to say, bro. If Luol Deng hit 2 threes from that same spot, that would have been wild. But instead, we've got a Heat versus Thunder NBA Finals. Can LeBron James take down OKC? Series is tied up at 1 apiece. The Heat are up 2-1. The Heat are up 3-1. The Thunder are going to make this a little bit interesting here, but the Heat win in 6. LeBron James wins a chip and a Finals MVP. So both Bron and MJ have a championship each. Let's see who can get to number 2 first. Well, it looks like Derrick Rose wants it to be the Chicago Bulls because he's going to take home the MVP award here. Really good season for Derrick as he wins the 2013 MVP. And MJ, he's locked in too. He wins the DPOY, but we've also got to watch out for the Thunder as they went 72-10 this year. Derrick Rose was All-NBA first team, so was LeBron. MJ was on the second team. I'm excited for this year's playoffs. I think that the Thunder can really hang with both of these teams as well because, I mean, they just won 71 games. I mean, the Bulls, they won 72 because they're just really like that. But we'll see if OKC can give them a challenge. I mean, assuming Chicago makes it to the finals, they've got to get through the Miami Heat first. What's wild, though, is the fact that the Chicago Bulls have won 70-plus games every single season of this simulation. Crazy stuff, and it just shows the MJ effect. The Bulls are absolutely hooping. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon. They're down 3-2 to the 8 seed. They just lost to the 8 seed. I was giving the Bulls all this praise, and they're just going to go out and lose to Danny Granger, a young PG. I mean, it's a decent squad for sure, but wow, the fact that they lost to them is crazy. And the Miami Heat, they're taking on the Washington Wizards. It looks like they might have a close series. Yeah, they're going 7 with Washington. Let's see who Washington has. They have John Wall. Nick Young is at 86. That's wild. JJ Hickson on the squad as well. So a decent team, but I don't think Miami should be going 7 with this squad. Ultimately, though, they go ahead and win by 14 points. LeBron James with a 34-point triple-double. He came to play in that big game 7, and they're going to advance. John Wall came to play too, to his credit, but it wasn't enough. And now the Miami Heat are going to move on to face the 8-seeded Pacers, who have made a run all the way to the conference finals here, and Miami's going to easily sweep them. Now, the biggest challenge of the playoffs for Miami is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder. I mean, they have Russ, they have Harden, and they have KD. Game number 1 is going to go to OKC. Game 2 to OKC. Wow, they might just make easy work of the Miami Heat. Bron gets swept by Kevin Durant, and KD wins the Finals MVP. So the Heat and the Bulls are definitely going to have a challenge for them if they make it to the NBA Finals, because it seems like the Thunder, they're just making it there year after year. At the end of the 2014 season, John Wall was named the MVP of the league. Victor Oladipo was the Rookie of the Year. Mo Williams, 6th man. Dwight Howard, DPOY. And Mike Bridges was most improved. Avery Johnson, the coach of Chicago, was the Coach of the Year. This was the Bulls' worst season so far as they won 64 games. But even with their worst season, their coach is still winning Coach of the Year. MJ is nowhere to be found on All-NBA. He did make the All-Defensive First teams, but surprising that MJ didn't make it on any All-NBA teams. Despite that, though, the Chicago Bulls are number 1 in the East, and the Heat have fallen off crazily. They end up going down to the 6th seed, winning 45 games. And looking at the stats, I mean, Bron and D-Wade were good, so was Bosh. I guess it's just the fact that they don't have a crazy supporting cast. And then the Chicago Bulls, of course, it's D Rose, it's MJ, but they've also got guys like Luol Deng and Carlos Boozer, along with Joakim Noah. So definitely a better, more well-rounded squad when you compare the Bulls to the Miami Heat. But the Miami Heat are going to go on to lose in the first round. Bulls will advance out of the first round. They're in the conference finals against Philadelphia, and they're going to beat Philly easily. And this time, they don't even have to take on the Thunder. It's going to be the Phoenix Suns. And this Suns squad just isn't as good as OKC. The Bulls are up 3-0, and they're going to get the chip. That's where I'm going to wrap it up. I'm really excited to bring y'all more 2K24 content. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.